for second reading.
Good. All right, well, 6 o'clock, we will go ahead and get started. Bishop, would you please do the honors?
Sure. First, Lord, thank you once again being able to serve this great city. We ask for your blessings and anointing and guidance. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon. Welcome everybody to tonight's city council meeting. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dietz. Bolden.
Here.
McCleary.
Here.
Sansing.
Here.
Ray.
Here.
Mashburn. Moss.
Here.
Twitty.
Here.
Kinman.
Here.
Raines. Mr. Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I have 3 absent, sir.
Okay, we have a quorum. We are good to go. Before you, you've got the minutes from the September 21st meeting. Be familiarizing yourself with those for our next meeting, and then I'll entertain a motion to approve and adopt the minutes from the September 7th meeting. Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? There are none, so those are approved. Before you, or you had sent to you the consent agenda. Move to accept consent agenda. Have a second. All in favor of accepting the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? There are none. Thank you very much. Moving forward, let me see.
Adam.
Councilmember Dietz is not here. Quickly, you've got 2 final plats for the Pleasant Oaks subdivision and North Lake subdivision that Planning Commission has gone ahead and approved and sent up for the council for y'all to approve.
I move we accept them.
Hold on, 1 second on motion. Councilmember Terry is about to.
Did the planning commission approve these with any variances?
No,
There's no variances approved.
no outstanding issues on these.
Thank you.
Be good to go.
Second motion.
All right, have a motion and second. And no other discussion. Roll call, please. Or does, no, this just needs to be a vote, doesn't it? Never mind.
It's a voice vote.
Excuse me,
Just-
Mayor, I
yes,
wanna
sir.
make sure, it's clear I'm talking about both of them.
Yes, we're going to end doing both of these together.
We can do them both together, that's fine.
So, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign? There are none. Let's see, Marissa is on her way. Marissa Barger from Code Enforcement was a couple of minutes out from getting here. If y'all would indulge me, is there any issue or opposition to go ahead and moving forward to the audit presentation? And we will come back to the public hearing. And any objections? Okay.
Consensus.
Good evening, City Council Mayor. I'm David Coleman. I'm an audit partner with Forvis. I am pleased to be here and announce the results of your audit. So is this, oh, okay, it's pulling up there. All right, so I'm going to briefly talk about a couple financial highlights, talk about the audit scope and the results, and then a couple future pronouncements. Then be happy to accept any questions you have. So first of all, the general fund. The general fund is the general operating fund of the city. So page 30 of the audit, your ending fund balance was $9.1 million, your unassigned fund balance. So that represents about 36% of your future expenditures next year. So your reserve is basically 36% of your budgeted expenses next year. So current year change in unassigned fund balance is $100,000. So all in all, a very good year.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's great.
Very good.
Yeah. So this is a slide of your pension funds. So as you know, the city has 5 different pension funds, two police, 2 fire, and APRS. These are going to fluctuate back and forth based upon market performance every year. They're still well funded. Your 2 plans with LOPFI, and then your 2 old police and fire plans. So you're doing what you're supposed to be doing to fund those. You can't expect some slight variances from year to year. based upon market performance. And so that's what we see this year. The liabilities did go up a little bit, but as you know, the market was kind of crazy the past couple years. So it should smooth out in the next year or two. But all in all, I mean, you're still well funded. Your OPEB plan, you do have a health insurance plan for retirees. Your liability was 1.8 million last year. It was 1.1 this year. So that plan is not funded, so you pay for that as you go. So that's what I normally recommend. The only way that you can really reduce that is to reduce your benefits or to fund a trust, which I do not recommend. So it's you kind of just pay as you go on a cash basis. So as far as the audit scope, you're getting 4 opinions. So 1 opinion on your financial statements, 1 opinion on your internal control, and then 1 opinion on your compliance. So you did receive federal dollars in the current year, the coronavirus funds. You were still spending that during the current year on police safety, or public safety. We did audit that. We didn't find any issues to report to you. So all in all, a very clean audit, no issues to report to you. As you can see here, $2.7 million in coronavirus relief funds that was used for public safety. As far as future pronouncements, so Cheryl and her team are busy. Seems like our standard setting body every year comes up with new rules that we have to implement, and there's several new standards in the next couple years. One is GASB 94, GASB 96, and then GASB 101 in 2024. So we will be available to assist the city on implementing these. Don't expect much craziness with these, but just so you're aware, we will implement these next year. So that's my remarks. I'm very appreciative to Cheryl and our entire team for getting us what we need to get the audit done. So I'm very happy to be here and present this to you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
One question.
Yes, sir.
You presented a very large number for reserves from carryover. But
Yeah.
how much is that is going to our dedicated reserves that we keep every year that we don't spend?
So let me get back to the slide here. So 9.1 million in unassigned fund balance. So what unassigned fund balance means is the city can basically use that to pay bills, right? To pay your salaries or whatever you budgeted for. Really, the GFOA says 20% is good there. A couple months worth of reserves, so you have 3 or 4.
Like 160.
Yeah. So you can spend that 9.1 on whatever you so choose. It's not restricted in any way.
But we don't go into our reserves.
Right. No, sir. That's not reserved at all. That's unassigned, unrestricted.
Okay, then what are our current restricted reserves set at? The fund set at? 60,000?
Now, well, when you think about reserves, just because you have unassigned fund balance doesn't mean that the council can't put restrictions on those to spend on, if you so choose to have a 20% reserve, you can have it in unassigned fund balance. It doesn't mean that it's restricted on what you can spend it on. It just means you put a restriction on it. So
we have always tried to keep a 160-day reserve balance. That is our goal to keep at.
Okay.
Sometimes it gets very low with that. I noticed at the beginning of the previous administration, the fund balance was only 47 days, and it has brought back up, and we want to see if we're maintaining 160 days.
So it represents 36% of your budgeted expenditures next year. So that's healthy, right? I mean, that's 4 months worth.
That's the goal.
Yes, sir. Just the difference between an unassigned fund balance and a restriction. So just so you're clear, a restriction is imposed by outside laws or rules. You get a grant, you can't spend that money on anything but what the grant tells you. in unassigned fund balance, just because it's labeled unassigned within the financial statements does not mean that you cannot make a budget, right? I mean, that you can, it's kind of restricted at the council level, but just not legally restricted. So, I think it represents, it's more than 160 days. I don't have my calculator with, but,
Thank you.
yes, sir.
Any other questions? No, thank you very much.
Thank you all
We
very much. Have a
appreciate
good
it.
evening.
And we're going to go ahead and move on to ordinance 1741, which is setting the millage tax rates for 2024. With this, there is no change. This is a requirement we have to do yearly for the county.
It's housekeeping.
It's housekeeping is all it is. We're not changing any of our millage rates. Everything is going to stay the same tax level on everybody, all of our residents, next year as it has been this year. But it is an ordinance, so we've got to go through
Same procedure.
some procedures on it. So entertain a motion to place ordinance 1741 on first reading. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bolden?
Aye.
McCleary? Sansing?
Aye.
Ray? Moss? Twitty? Kinman?
Ordinance number 1741, an ordinance to set additional millage tax rates to be established in 2024 for the city of Jacksonville, Arkansas, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Okay, entertain a motion to approve ordinance 1741 on first reading and suspend the rules and place on second. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bolden?
Aye.
McCleary? Sansing?
Aye.
Ray? Moss? Twitty? Kinman?
All right, entertain a motion to approve 1741 on second reading, suspend the rules, place on third and final. We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Councilmember Bolden?
Aye.
McCleary? Sansing?
Aye.
Ray? Moss? Twitty? Kinman?
Entertain a motion to approve and adopt ordinance 1741 on this date. Motion and second. Roll call, ma'am.
Councilmember Bolden?
Aye.
McCleary? Sansing?
Aye.
Ray? Moss? Twitty? Kinman?
All right, ordinance 1741 is now in place. Thank you very much. Going now, we will backtrack up to that original item. Ordinance 1742 is on condemnation of 23 properties here in town, so I will open a time of public hearing. If there is anybody here who wishes to have any discussion or speak on this issue, and now is your time. And that is at 6:12.
Yes, sir.
Is there anybody wishing to speak for or against? This is your time. All right, with there being none, I will close off the public hearing portion of this, and we will move into the approval of the ordinance. So this is ordinance 1742. In your packet, you will see 23 properties in town that have been deemed for condemnation by the city.
So move.
So any, hold on, I hadn't gotten to it yet, but
Looking at it.
I'm giving y'all a chance for anything, any other question, comments?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
just a question on these properties. Have the owners been contacted?
Yes.
Okay, just double checking.
We don't condemn, but let's let them know.
I'm gonna speak here because I spent a couple hours yesterday up in code enforcement going through all these files. Now, from what I checked, I mean, what we got in the agenda and what we got here mirror pretty closely, but they're not exactly the same.
Terry, I need you on your mic. Do you have your mic on?
Yeah, it's on, I just need it close.
Yes, sir.
Many of these properties, I'm gonna just go through here. 102 East Boulevard, it needs to come down. 100 North Boulevard needs to come down. Cherry Street needs to come down. Poplar Street needs to come down. Some of these places look on the outside like they could be rehabbed, but you go inside and they are totally trashed. Some of these places have had illegal wiring done, where squatters have been
Okay.
there,
When you, sorry to interrupt, you said come down, you're meaning,
Demolish.
thank you,
condemned.
okay.
They
I
need-
thought you were saying something else.
They need
Okay.
to come
Gotcha.
down to the ground.
Okay.
They need to be
You're not
condemned.
against our vote to condemn.
Yes.
Oh, you are against it?
Huh?
No. You don't want them to.
I want all these to come down.
Oh,
I think it's just adding
I
context.
know, but I'm just going through how bad some of these are. If you haven't, these are scattered all over the town. If you haven't visited these places or looked at these pictures, you just don't understand how atrociously terrible they are. And thanks my helper right there. These are terrible. That's a condensed file of what I went through yesterday. Do you have some pictures that you want to show, pass out to some of these people? I was explaining to them.
Member Sansing, not to interrupt you, the only difference between what was in the packet and what's been given is the ordinance number. So it looks different, the formatting, they've added the ordinance number on top, but the properties are identical.
Well,
Councilmember Sensing,
the very,
we as a body know this, we've been through this year after year, we know all about
well,
what you just said.
104 Marion wasn't on the new paperwork we got today.
Was that taken off, Marissa?
It was supposed to come off anyway, but the other two that were
704
supposed to.
Marion, not
704
104.
is taken
yes.
off? Okay.
No, 704 should be on, 104 was not one.
Okay.
There were 3
Properties.
Yeah,
properties that
704
should have
is
been
on the other
removed. 147 Pike actually has an active permit and began process of rehabbing.
Okay.
108 Marshall has demolished the building. And 4 Michelle has started rehab.
And those are the only three
Those are the only 3 that we
that,
have.
of the whole list that
Of
need
the
to be
whole list.
removed from the list.
Oh, wait, Marshall,
Yes, they have tore that structure down. They are in the process of removing the debris.
And I was getting,
Marissa,
I
I'm
was
sorry,
getting to
could you
those,
give
that they
us
needed to be
those
removed
addresses one
from
more time, please?
Yes.
this while we waiting. for-
147 Pike,
okay.
4 Michelle,
147.
Which page?
Yeah.
191 Pike, 147.
It's on the third page of the legal descriptions.
Oh, okay.
Oh, excuse me, fourth page.
So can I ask a question? So some of these properties are in,
Got it.
they all in different
Only got two.
stages of being
Got
condemned.
147 Park, one Michelle, what was the other property?
In mine, 101,
Yeah, there should be no
Yes.
difference between the two except for the numbering of the ordinance.
this is made for
That there should be absolutely, we didn't take anything off.
a year or two. But again, it looks bad, and to see it on here, and I'm not sure what stage it is, but thank you.
yes, I have them in order of what we would like for them to be taken down. And that one is number 3 on our list, only because there's another one, 102 East is horrible, and we keep having issues with police calls over there.
Are we finding that, the ownership? Are we finding that the ownership is not here in another state or in another?
Both. A lot of them are not here or not responding. Some of these owners have passed, and the descendants, ancestors, whoever, are not responding or either don't want anything to do with them.
And just for clarification, when they make this list, what's the time slot? We've talked to them or tried to talk to them. How long is that?
A lot of these are at least close to a year,
Oh,
which is a lot of time.
yeah.
Typically 12 months, yes.
Officer Bard, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Some of these are a little bit shorter than that, but they've been burned or other types of damage to them, water, heavy wind.
Well, thank you on behalf of everyone for, that's quite a list and
Yes.
to put in the time and effort, so thank you.
Officer Barger, you said 147 Pike,
147 Pike has started rehab.
right, and you said 4 Michelle.
4 Michelle has started
Now,
rehab.
4 Michelle is not in your packet.
Okay,
That
okay,
is
then
not
it was
there.
possibly removed prior.
Okay,
108 Marshall.
Yeah, that was, I'm just scratching. That's on page.
Should be-
21,
Okay.
page 21.
Close to the end, because it was covered by a fence, but it was still pretty bad.
Right. Councilmember Sansing, to go back to my previous point, Susan did confirm that these two ordinances are the same. The only difference is the ordinance number changed on the top.
Yes.
Okay, I was just
They're
looking at
identical.
the ones that were inside here that I had wondered, I had checked on them yesterday, they had been canceled, and I was wondering if they had been removed from the new one.
No, this is the first I've heard of it.
I just wanted to make sure that the canceled ones were removed from the audience, from the ordinance.
I can send an updated
So-
ordinance to Susan.
Just to be clear, then, within this, the ordinance we will be adopting will not include 147 Pike, 4 Michelle, which is not in this anyway,
This one.
and 108 Marshall,
So the motion needs to stay there.
as amended, yes. Any questions on that? Clarifying.
No, just a question. So what's the start date to start knocking these down? Is it like immediately?
As soon as they're approved and we can get the contractor's bids in, we are ready to move forward.
Do 30-day bids.
Okay, we've got 19 properties on here.
You make a
Is that
motion to
right?
approve amendments intact.
Second.
Well, hold on a minute. Councilmember Sansing was asking one question, and then we'll.
Well, once this ordinance is approved, you have to notify the owners and give them 30 days to correct the problem, right? Before we start tearing anything down. So it's not going to be immediately 30 days after the passage, just
I have
for
21.
clarification.
21, okay. These,
21 left.
if we do not get responses of these, how many of them can the city, through your budget, afford to take down?
The remaining of this year, I don't believe there will be a lot, possibly 3, 4, 5. However, we will carry over and begin with the new budget next year with the following. We want to just keep moving.
Everybody get that? These need to come down, but they need the money. We need to budget them the money to get these eyesores out of this town.
And there are,
We've been doing that every year. We budget so much money for demolition. We do that every year.
We do it every year, but
Yeah,
we
every
need to
year we
do
do that.
more to catch up because
We're not
we're
gonna
just
catch
falling
up.
behind.
We're not gonna catch up. You can-
there's probably another 20 plus that need to be on this list.
We can definitely do better.
We are a little behind right now, so we're going late in the year doing this. I wanted to do it earlier, but they are behind. But all of our bids prior to this have been coming in higher than anticipated. So I don't know what these will be, but we don't know yet how many we'll be able to do with what's left in the budget.
But still,
But we will take this ordinance tonight with these declared and take that into next year and
But we
keep
s-
working on it.
But still, these are next door neighbors to good citizens, tax-paying citizens. They need to come down. They're an eyesore. And if we're going to sell this town to attack a new industry and a new tax base, we need to do some cleaning up.
They're going to come down as soon as we can.
Yes.
All right, so I will entertain
I do. I don't have extra copies, but if anyone wants to look at these, I will.
You start at one end.
Start over here. Do you want me to take some to the other side, just crisscross or just crisscross? And I failed to pull one. 122 Pike has permits as well. I failed to. I apologize.
There again, 122 did I lose?
And their permit expires April 12th. So if they are not complete by April 12th, 2024, we will start the process over.
I would like to add that this young lady was tremendously helpful to me yesterday. I went down there, spent a couple hours. She pulled the things out for me, set me up at a desk so I could go through them, look all the photographs. If you don't, because I got to check in the map and they were all over town, and it was the easiest way to do it, and they bust their heinies down there, and I thank them very much for what they've been doing
Thank
and
you.
working with me, and I'm sure anybody that needed to go and take a good look at some of these things, they would be able to do that. And thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Councilmember Kimmon.
Never know till you ask, but why can't we use these properties, or some of them, if not all of them, for the fire department to use as training? The demo would be a lot less expensive.
You can't do, there's a lot of regulations when it comes to burning.
And
environmental quality and all that stuff.
You have hazard and all that.
Asbestos.
All right, while y'all are looking at pictures, I will entertain a motion to place ordinance, oh, wait a minute, 1742 as amended with the deletion of those 3 addresses that are in front of you on that list on first reading. So we have a motion and second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bolden.
Aye.
McCleary. Sansing. Ray. Moss. Twitty. Kinman.
Ordinance number 1742, an ordinance condemning structures and real property at the locations noted below in Jacksonville, Arkansas for structural defects, deficiencies, and public hazard conditions, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Entertain a motion to approve ordinance 1742 on first reading and suspend the rules in place on second.
Second.
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Who was my second?
Bishop.
Councilmember Bolden.
Aye.
McCleary. Sansing. Ray. Moss. Twitty. Kinman.
Entertain a motion to approve ordinance 1742 on second reading and suspend the rules in place on third and final reading. Motion Reedy, second Kevin.
Councilmember Bolden.
Aye.
McCleary. Sansing. Ray. Moss. Twitty. Kinman.
Entertaining a motion to approve and adopt ordinance 1742 on this date. Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bolden.
Aye.
McCleary. Sansing. Ray. Moss. Twitty. Kinman.
Entertain a motion to attach the emergency clause. Motion and second. Roll call.
Councilmember Bolden.
Aye.
McCleary. Sansing. Ray. Moss. Twitty. Kinman.
All right, thank you. That wraps up 1742 and all of our agenda business. Any new business or unfinished business, any discussions of anything, questions y'all have got? If not, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Motion, all right, we're done. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Senior nights.